Swadika, and welcome to the midday edition of NBT World Brief. You're with me, Thailand and Myanmar are taking another step to deepen bilateral ties as Prime Minister ANUTIN welcomes Myanmar President Senior General Min Aung Hlaing for official talks and the signing of key agreements. Prime Minister and Interior Minister ANUTIN officially welcomed Myanmar President Senior General Min Aung Hlaing to Government House during his official visit to Thailand. The welcoming ceremony was attended by senior cabinet members, military leaders, and government officials before the two leaders inspected the Guard of Honor, posed for an official photograph, signed the Government House guest book, and exchanged commemorative gifts. The two leaders then held a private meeting to discuss ways to strengthen bilateral relations, focusing on cross-border management, energy cooperation, trade facilitation, and efforts to promote peace and stability along the Thailand-Myanmar border. The discussions were followed by a plenary meeting involving senior ministers from both countries to further advance cooperation in areas of mutual interest. Thailand's Prime Minister and Myanmar's President were scheduled to witness the signing of several agreements and the exchange of memorandums of understandings, or MOUs, as well as a ceremony to hand over assistance between the two governments. The visit underscores the commitment of Thailand and Myanmar to enhancing bilateral ties through closer political dialogue and practical cooperation across multiple sectors, while reinforcing their long-standing partnership. Thailand is updating its labor cooperation with Myanmar to strengthen legal migrant worker recruitment, improve worker protection, and crack down on illegal employment and human trafficking. During the Myanmar presidential visit, Labour Minister Chulapan Amonwiwat is authorized to sign the updated MOU and the agreement on the employment of workers to strengthen the management of migrant labour between the two countries. According to Deputy Government spokesperson Captain Pattarat Thongsalwaikon, Thailand and Myanmar have cooperated on labour issues since 2016. The revised agreements are intended to better align labor management with current conditions while ensuring compliance with relevant laws. Under the updated MOU, the labor ministries of both countries will serve as the main coordinating agencies, expanding cooperation on labor market information, skills development, knowledge and expert exchanges, as well as efforts to prevent illegal employment and human trafficking. The two sides will also establish joint action plans and hold regular meetings to monitor implementation. The revised employment agreement sets out clearer procedures covering worker recruitment, employment contracts, pre-departure preparation, work permits, legal protection, dispute resolution, and repatriation after contracts expire. It also strengthens cooperation to combat illegal migration, trafficking, and unlawful employment, aiming to better protect workers while giving employers greater access to legally recruited migrant labor. Thailand's rice exports slowed in the first half of the year, but rising demand from key overseas markets is fueling optimism. Officials now believe exports can still reach the annual target of 7 million tons. Arada Phương-Thong, Director General of the Department of Foreign Trade, or DFT, said Thailand exported 3.28 million tons of rice in the first 6 months of the year, down 18.81% from a year earlier, with exports valued at more than $1.9 billion. The decline was attributed to ample global rice supplies, intense price competition, and the impact of conflict in the Middle East, which affected shipments to key markets such as Iraq. Despite the slowdown, the DFT sees signs of recovery as concerns over El Nino and possible drought have prompted several countries to increase rice imports to strengthen their food security. Now, to offset weaker demand from Iraq, Thailand is expanding exports to alternative markets, including Malaysia, the Philippines, South Africa, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Mozambique. The Director General said growing demand reflects confidence in the quality and reliability of Thai rice exports. The government is also stepping up market promotion, pursuing additional government-to-government rice sales with China, and working closely with importers to achieve its 7 million ton export target this year.
ปัจจัยที่เราก็หวังว่า5 เดือนหลังเราจะพลิกฟื้นกลับมาได้บ้างหรือเปล่าเนี่ยก็คือเรื่องของความต้องการสำรองสต็อกข้าวนะคะจากแนวโน้มของภาวะภัยแล้งที่จะเกิดขึ้นนะคะเพราะว่าทั่วโลกก็คงสัมผัสได้ถึงภูมิอากาศที่มันเปลี่ยนแปลงมากๆในปีนี้เนี่ยนะคะทั้งอากาศร้อนมากๆในทุกที่นะคะแล้วก็มีทั้งเรื่องแผ่นดินไหวก็ดีเนี่ยนะคะในหลากหลายภูมิภาคทั่วโลกเนี่ยนะคะก็อาจจะทำให้มีคนต้องการที่จะตุนสินค้าเพิ่มมากขึ้น
AEROTHAI is stepping up efforts to modernize its aviation industry. New digital technologies and smarter weather monitoring are expected to make flights safer, reduce delays, and strengthen the country's ambition to become a world-class aviation hub. Deputy Transport Minister Pattarapong Pattaraprasit said the Aeronautical Radio of Thailand, or AEROTHAI, has been instructed to integrate weather radar data with the Thai Meteorological Department, giving air traffic controllers access to more accurate weather information, especially during severe weather, to improve flight safety and reduce delays. AEROTHAI is also developing a system-wide information management platform to digitally connect aviation information in line with International Civil Aviation Organization, or ICAO, standards. The agency aims to become a regional leader in the system by 2030. Meanwhile, AEROTHAI Chairman Pishet Kunathamrak said Thailand expects to handle 919,643 flights in fiscal year 2026, an increase of 1.64% from the previous year. Despite the impact of tensions in the Middle East, the country's aviation industry continues to recover. A new direct L770 air route between Thailand and China will open on September 3rd, shortening flight times, reducing fuel consumption, and cutting carbon emissions. Acting President Surachai Nuprom said AEROTHAI will continue expanding digital air traffic technologies, including digital control towers, air traffic management systems, and network monitoring to support the government's goal of making Thailand a world-class aviation hub. And lastly, child screen addiction and school bullying are becoming growing mental health concerns in Thailand. At this year's Mental Health Expo, health officials are calling for communities to help protect children's well-being. Dr. Kitisak Aksornwong, Director General of the Department of Mental Health, presided over the opening of the Mental Health Expo under the theme Innovation Journey. The event brings together communities, workplaces, and educational institutions from across Thailand to showcase successful mental health initiatives, exchange experiences, and strengthen cooperation among government agencies and partner organizations. The goal is to expand proven innovations and improve mental health services through stronger community networks. The department also highlighted two growing threats to children's mental well-being, including screen addiction and school bullying. Officials said Thai children are exposed to digital screens from an average age of just 1.4 months, increasing the risk of delayed speech, emotional instability, poor social interaction, and developmental problems. Parents are urged to recognize these warning signs and seek early intervention. Now, to address the issue, the Department of Mental Health is proposing a nationwide framework on age-appropriate screen use, including recommended screen time and suitable digital content. It also called for closer monitoring of bullying, especially among young children, urging teachers and parents to support both victims and perpetrators to create a safer and healthier school environment. And that wraps up our midday edition of NBT World Brief. For more stories, please scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, สวัสดีค่ะ